The show's name is All In, and I think the idea behind the name was both to connote passion and total commitment. It also means that we take seriously the idea of including lots of different voices, lots of different viewpoints.
You know, Chris wants to bring light to issues and topics and stories that are not generally being covered on cable news.
Yeah.
So the editorial process has been a real learning curve for trying to figure out what stories we choose to do.
B-Block, we're going to do a day 2 story on the CIA.
He's really into the CIA story right now.
In no other circumstance could you be like, you know, I did actually tape that guy.
We have this morning meeting where the segment producers, the senior producers, the executive producer, and Chris all talk about the show. Sort of hash it out, come out here, write the script, come up with the visuals, and then freak out at, 7:50 when your stuff's not all in.
Today we're doing something on the CIA Senate Intelligence Committee story. We'd really like to get somebody who actually knows the story versus just somebody who can talk about it.
Every little detail of the show, I really feel like over the 11 months, the year trajectory of the show, we have just improved in every area.
C-Block, we're going to do an update on Flight 370. There's this crazy letter printed out.
Chris is incredibly hands-on.
His participation in the editorial process every day, it's not unheard of with anchors, but it is really something that is not common.
We've got a fairly collaborative process. It is much more host-driven in its editorial vision and in just the words that you hear every night than I think the average cable news show across the industry. Bill O'Reilly found the whole thing unpresidential.
He's not your sort of central casting news anchor guy. He's animated in every meeting. He cares so much about what we do.
One of the things underappreciated about Abraham Lincoln, the guy was an absolute weirdo.
He just has so much energy. He's so enthusiastic.
The viewers that I interact with the most, these are people that are fairly, these are high information folks. These are people that follow the news closely. These are people that know what's going on, that are curious.
Every night we're texting each other at midnight, watching the replay of the show.
You've got to find a way that you're both doing work that is channeling the passions, the things I care about in terms of your politics, the worldview, the vision of justice you have, and is also creating some sense of enjoyment and pleasure in the viewer. Because if you are not doing that, you are not doing your job. Good evening from New York. I'm Chris Hayes, and the dust has settled